Hello everyone, welcome to Greek Wine Club's sipping session, where we explore the different wines from the different regions of Greece. And in this segment, we're exploring white wine from Santorini. Santorini is actually, in my opinion, one of the most reputable wine growing regions and producing regions of all of the country. They actually make exceptional white wines, mainly made from a varietal called Assyrtiko. Assyrtiko is the local varietal that grows in mainly all of the island, along with two other varieties called Athiri and Aidani. But here we're going to try a production that's mainly made from 100% Assyrtiko. Assyrtiko is a varietal that produces white wine that's very vibrant and lively, very refreshing and crisp, a lot of notes of citrus, zesty in the terms of lemon, lime, and grapefruit. For those of you that have not tried it yet, I can kind of say that it kind of resembles something of the Sauvignon Blanc family, but with a little more character, in my opinion. If you haven't been to the island of Santorini, just a little bit of a preview. Santorini is a volcanic island. The soils are primarily ash and volcanic, and with that, it produces varietals that have a very distinct flavor and aroma. If you've ever seen pictures of Santorini, they're very just heavenly as far as the unique landscape because of the volcanic explosion. But having said that, it is a very small island, very little land to actually farm. So there's very little production, but from whatever they can actually farm, the wine is fantastic. So this one is from the property called Santa Winery, which is one of the main wineries in the island. They also have some of the most amazing views if you ever get to visit their property. So, I mean, Santorini being known for its magical sunsets, honeymoon destinations, weddings, and so forth, it actually has a very long winemaking history, probably close to 4,000 years, for those of you that haven't even known that wine was being produced in Santorini. It has some Italian influence when the Venetians had occupied the island, but more importantly is that because of the development of farming, winemaking techniques, and some consulting over the years, the producers in Santorini have really elevated Greece's reputation for making quality wine. I've read about certain critics and authorities in the wine world referring to white wine from Santorini as the white Burgundy of Greece. So for myself, I definitely would agree with that. I'm a big fan of the white wines from Santorini, but I'm gonna pour a glass here of this Assyrtiko and just give you a little bit of my opinion of what's happening here. So the second I pop the cork, I can immediately start to sense some very unique aromas, but the second I pour it into the glass, I'm being hit immediately with these very distinct aromas because of the volcanic soils. A lot of minerals are just kind of coming up from the glass. For some of us, they might be a little unique as far as what we're experiencing, but a lot of that minerality that's coming about is just flowing into, I think, what I consider a very crisp and refreshing white wine that has, as I mentioned before, a lot of element of citrus. I'm just going to take a sip here. Exactly what I was just saying. The wine is just refreshing, crisp, clean, which is another great attribute to white wine, especially on during warmer weather, where it's very fitting. And for those of you that are big fans of white wines like Sauvignon Blanc, whether they're French, whether they're New Zealand, whether they might be even from California, South Africa, it's in that similar wheelhouse of style, textures, and flavors. This has, in my opinion, more balance. Aromas are just inviting enough, followed by flavors that have good acidity. The acidity is a sensation that you get on your palate from the tingling of the wine, followed by some great flavors, and then follow through and finishing very clean. That's basically in my opinion, the expression of Assyrtiko that comes from the island. And this would be a great introduction, in my opinion, for white wine from Greece, which will allow and show us the potential that the country has. But for me, this is my go-to recommendation, Santo Assyrtiko, 100% of the varietal, and it's definitely well worth trying. Cheers. Thank you for watching. And if this intrigues your palate, we'd love for you to join us on our upcoming webinar called Vines Unknown. And in that segment, we do explore Santorini. And we're hosting it on Thursday, June 18th at 7 p.m. So log on to our site, greekwineclub.co, to get more information, and we'd love to have you join us. Cheers.